I have a theory. My mom actually was the one who came up with this, but I'm just sharing it now because holy crap, it makes so much sense. And that is that Bill did not actually want to torture Ford and only did so because he was desperate to help the Hench Maniacs escape the nightmare realm before it was destroyed. The reason he was trying to make a portal in the first place was because he was desperate to get them out of there. And you know why he was so desperate? First of all, he cared about the Hench Maniacs more than he would like to admit. He probably didn't consciously realize that he cared about them so much, but you do see it peeking through, like when he says, you never know when you're in the middle of your glory years until they're over. I think it's like him missing the Hench Maniacs. Yeah, I feel like he actually really cared about the Hench Maniacs and probably saw them like a family. The second reason, which is especially tragic, is that Bill didn't want the same mistake to repeat. Because if Bill couldn't get the Hench Maniacs out of the nightmare realm, that would have been yet another dimensional destruction with casualties of his loved ones, though he was in denial that he cared about them or whatever. But it would have been like his fault that they died again. So that is, I think, the main reason why Bill was so desperate to find a way out for himself and the Hench Maniacs. Fast forward like thousands of years. He literally was trying like thousands of years to get this portal built. We get to Ford. And once again, Bill doesn't want to admit it, but he actually really cares about Ford. He didn't consciously realize it, but like Ford meant everything to him. Like somebody pointed out on AO3 that Ford is probably the only being in the whole multiverse who's seen that last speck of Bill's dimension and just, yes, like Bill has not cared about anyone else more than he has cared about Ford, other than like probably his parents. Even though obviously he didn't consciously realize it, Bill deeply loved Ford. Which brings us back to the theory that my mom came up with, that Bill actually was not as sadistic as we thought and did not actually want to torture Ford. And I'm right here having my book of Bill open to the page with all the trolley problems. Now, let's look at the first trolley problem. Someone's tied 5 rubes to the tracks where they will surely die from hit in the face by a trolley syndrome. But looky here, there's a lever you can pull to divert the trolley onto a second track where it will only kill 1 person. Do you sacrifice 1 life to save 5, or let 5 die so you don't feel responsible for one's death? Bill was desperate for the portal. He was losing hope. He probably wasn't sure if after Ford there would be anyone willing to build the portal. However, he really cared about Ford. So it was like this moral dilemma, and it was literally the same trauma, Freudian slip, this trolley problem, but like metaphorically. So you got the 5 people on the track that the trolley's on that symbolizes the Hench Maniacs. And then on the one other track, you've got Ford. So if Bill doesn't intervene, right, if he does nothing, then the Hench Maniacs are going to suffer. However, he can pull the lever and cause Ford to suffer in hopes of saving the Hench Maniacs. And so Bill, even though he actually really loved Ford and probably did not really want to torture him, had to pull the lever. Let it sink in. And the worst part of it all is that it was all in vain, because he lost his relationship with Ford and he lost his friendship with the Hench Maniacs, whom he was not able to personally save. Bill is probably the most tragic character I've ever encountered. Like, his entire existence has just been more and more suffering.